Greetings, friends, and Merry Christmas from Renovator Ministries. I want to talk to you this morning as we're in the middle of the Christmas season about a fresh way to look at this season. I call this Christmas, a time for action and a time for contemplation. In the last couple of days, I've been in the Gospel of Luke, actually for quite a bit. I've been in the Gospel of Luke. And I've been looking at a chapter a morning in my reflection time. And yesterday, I came upon the end of Luke 21. It says this: "Be careful, or your hearts will be weighed down with dissipation, drunkenness, and the anxieties of life. And that day will close on you unexpectedly like a trap." He's talking about the last days before Christ returns. "For it will come upon all those who live on the face of the whole earth. Be always on the watch and pray that you may be able to escape all that is about to happen, and that you may be able to stand before the Son of Man." Friends, it's been a while since we've talked. In that time, so many things have impacted my life. My head is swirling. Let me just unpack a few of them with you for a minute. 2 months ago, one of our board members' daughter was murdered. 2 weeks ago, one of my son's colleagues, whose son is suffering with terminal brain cancer, her husband died suddenly, and she is pregnant. I met a man at a mission outreach locally here last week who is homeless. He's homeless because all of his work was shipped overseas. Now, this is a man making $80,000 a year, had 80 people reporting to him. He's homeless. My head is spinning, just spinning. But this passage, because I've been searching, obviously, with all this coming down, this passage really hit me yesterday, because it's so easy for our heart to be weighed down, dissipated with the anxieties of life. So what's the way forward? The good news is there is a way forward for my board member, for the widow, for this homeless guy. And those are just 3 stories of countless others that as you're listening to this, you can even think of, I'm sure. There is a way forward. And to many scoffers, they're going to say it's so simplistic. It's the only way. The only way forward is twofold. Be active and be contemplative. Now that's something really out of the box. It's not hang on to Jesus or just let some time go by, or God will never give you more than you can handle. I don't think those things are in play here. What's really in play is for all of us to be active in other people's lives with radical, unconditional love. There is need all over the place. Stop looking at your navel, brothers and sisters. Look out. There's a need out there. When you do that, your troubles become so small, so small. I'm not saying this widow's troubles become smaller, or my board members' troubles become smaller, but even when they look out and when they serve others at this time, they are lifted up. They are lifted up because it says in 2 Corinthians, let me go there real quick because I don't want to botch this, brothers and sisters. As it says in 2 Corinthians 1, Praise be to God the Father of our Lord Jesus, the Father of compassion and God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we have received from Jesus, God, our God. Active. Be active. Don't sit around looking at your navels. Secondly, there is a time and a season to also be contemplative with all this swirling around us. We desperately need to hear from God. Desperately need to hear from God. Hear a fresh word from Him. So to do that, we need to still ourselves. We need to engage in a time of solitude, a time of silence. It's the transformative engine of our soul, solitude and silence. Some believe that a spiritual transformative ministry is very heavy into contemplative practices and exercises. But I'm more like that great old sage Gregory the Great, who believes the highest level that we can attain as apprentices of Jesus is to be active and contemplative. But let all of our actions be driven by our time of contemplation with the Trinitarian presence of God. Obviously, I'm going to write more about this very soon in a text blog, as we always follow a video up with that. But for right now, begin to think, how can I impact my world? How can I be a restorer? To restore the reputation of Jesus Christ to this culture this Christmas season. And to do that, you need to be contemplative, to listen well, and then act immediately on that. It's not one or the other. We can get so busy acting, we never know if what we're doing is what God is sending us out to do, if we're actually working where He's at. So we need both in tandem. We need a contemplative life that drives our action, and we need to be active. So until next time, my friend, have a blessed Merry Christmas through action and through contemplation.